You're now tuned into the Shoot for Teams podcast with your favorite guys, Dorian and Kyle.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shoot for Teams podcast. It's your man D Hill, the gift card bandit.
Old man Ross, of course, sweatsuits and fly kicks.
So today we got Inglewood native, who's an entrepreneur, rapper, marathon runner, and a father. A brother that day to day makes no excuses, challenges himself to accomplish his goals while putting on for his city, Inglewood, California. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Inglewood Tip.
Man, what's up, y'all, man? My brothers, what it do?
What's
going
up, bro?
on, man? So talk to me, man. Talk about growing up in Inglewood in the 80s. How was that experience?
Man, it was fun, man. I tell people every chance I get, man, I had a wonderful childhood. Man, between like riding bikes and playing tag with the homies and
Right.
The YMCA, basketball, man, and football at the park, baseball. I tell people all the time, man, like Kyle's pops on the ice skating rink, man. We used to go ice skating 2 or 3 times a weekend. Like, great. My little brother played hockey. You know what I mean? Like, he was the only kid I knew that played hockey. So our childhood was fun, man. It was we were like, everybody says it now, like we outside. Like, no, we were outside
For sure.
all day long, man. Like,
All day.
that's what I got in trouble for, being away from the house for too long. And then, you know, as we got older, certain things came into play, like the streets and the gang banging and, you know, dealing with the police and all of that stuff. But, you know, I think the being outside part, you learned a lot of conflict resolution, which just among your friends. And then you knew how to move out in the streets, you know, like you would have so many fights with your friends. You ready for these dudes from the other neighborhood just by default, you know what I mean? So it was great, man. It was good, man. You learn everything. You learn how to fix your own bike. You learn how to count money, walk into the store. You know, you learn. We try stuff, like we about to try selling weed or something, and that wasn't for you. So you knew that wasn't for you. You learn. Some people learn how to handle guns and all kind of stuff. It was just endless learning day to day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's the difference between us growing up then and the kids now. Like, we didn't have no iPads and no cell phones. Like you said, we had to be outside all day long, and like it gave us that opportunity to learn different stuff, try different stuff. Like you said, like we might have done some stuff we're not supposed to, but then you find out that if that's for you or if that's not for you. So but it was that opportunity to be outside and to have those experiences that some of these kids now just don't have.
And build bonds, like I've been knowing Kyle. I don't even know how long I've been knowing Kyle. Like a crazy amount of time. I couldn't even pick a number of years. I don't even know, but like you went to your friend's house to play video games, to play basketball. You had to have a relationship with their parents, and all of that stuff came into play, and that's why like we have real solid friendships. That I'm afraid my son's generation, and they may not have those, you know. It's just a lot different now.
How old is your son?
My son is 8.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I got a 5-year-old, so they roughly in the same.
They're in the same little bracket. Yep.
Yeah. So when did you start hooping as a kid?
Man, I don't know, bro. I have no idea. Like, I remember my first time playing organized basketball. I was about 8 or 9.
Okay.
Kyle was on my team. It was me, Kyle, Jason, Shannon. Tony was our coach. Like,
so you remember
Tony.
all that?
All of it, man. I saw Coach Tony recently too, man. I stopped by his house. He lives around the corner from my mom.
Nice.
So I pulled up on him. He's good, man. You know, getting a little older, but he's good. Jason was over there. Jason looks exactly like his dad. No hair.
Oh, he
Like
bald?
he's Tony. Yeah, he's bald. He's Tony, man. It's crazy to see it.
Hey, Dorian, Jason had curly hair when he was young, had a bunch of hair, and now he bald like me. So
like
full circle.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. We become our fathers, man.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
so talk about that a little bit more though, like the YMCA experience. How impactful was that? Hooping, me, you, Joey, Tony.
Yeah, man. It was great, man. Like I said, not only the basketball aspect, but like lifelong friendships. I still talk to a lot of people from the YMCA daily. You know what I mean? And we all had so many battles. Just being on different teams every season. Like we would battle, and some people would get into fights or whatever, but it was all love. We played basketball every day, nonstop. The fact that like other YMCAs or other teams would come through and get whoops.
And get mollywops.
They used to get killed. Inglewood YMCA used to tear people, man. We used to tear them up, man.
It was fun. You remember every Saturday, everybody had the J's on?
Yeah, you had to have your kicks right. You had to wear your shorts right, or your knee brace, or your wristbands. These came with the headbands, all that, man.
It was fun, man. I missed that. It was fun. It was really
I'm a little older than you guys, but I played at the YMCA too. It was just like, I don't know, it just felt like a little solid community, man. I looked forward to going to play there every Saturday. Like, even if you had a game at 12, you try to ask your parents to be there early so you can see your boys play and just be hanging out. You be that little kid in the corner dribbling and the ball good on the court, like all that kind of fun, getting the chili cheese dogs, all that stuff.
All that, man. And then they put the video games in that little room.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, Mike Solomon, right? That was
Mike Solomon.
Yeah. That's love.
So transitioning from sports, like when did you get into making music?
Man, honestly, I got into making music late by industry standards. I love music. Like I'm that dude that I still buy CDs, bro. Like, nice. I want to see the album notes and who owns the publishing and who wrote this and that. So I was always into that. I was always into just the business side of it. So I mean, I still have all of my magazines, everything.
Oh, damn.
Gosh, man, it's crazy. But I got into music. My brother was rapping, him and his buddy. My brother, he wanted me to pay for some studio time for him. So once he showed me he was serious, I did that. And eventually, a couple cousins of mine, we got a house in Gardena that their mom moved to Tennessee and left the house. So we jumped into the crib and we set up a studio in one of the bedrooms. So at that point, I had already started a little independent label, and we my brother put out a mixtape. We pressed up probably maybe like 1,000 copies. Like I bought the CD tower, burner thing, all that. Like we ordered the 5,000 mixtape covers out of the magazine. And we still got some of the mixtape covers.
Still, huh?
Yeah, but we pressed up about 1,000. And we tried to sell them. It was very tough selling mixtapes from an unknown artist.
Right.
But we did the Ladera Center, where Jamba Juice is on Century by In-N-Out.
Oh, damn.
Hollywood. We did all that just to kind of get our feet wet with the hustling aspect of it. But eventually we got the studio. And at that point, like so many people started to latch on. I had like 7 or 8 artists, R&B singer. And we got this studio set up. So in my mind, we about to be no limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I idolize Master P and Jazz Prince. so much. Like that's what I wanted to do. I had a buddy of mine, he rapped. And he had a studio set up at his house. He went over there. I went over there to hang out with him. And he put me on 2 songs. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just got on them. I got good feedback. So, you know, I kept that in the back of my mind. The artists I had, they weren't showing up to the studio. Like nobody was kind of holding up their end of the bargain. So I just started toying around with it myself, man. And, you know, for a long time, I was making music that, like, in trying to put together albums, it was like, I have to have a party song, I have to have a song for the ladies, I have to have this and that. And, you know, it was a process, you know what I mean? Just finding where I was comfortable, the type of beats I like, because I was choosing a lot of stuff that I was uncomfortable on. And just to do it, you know what I mean? Yeah. And eventually I found my stride. And, you know, it's not too many people that outwork me in anything. So, you know, I recorded so much music. And to answer your question, I recorded my first song in 2007.
Oh, damn.
And just to put it in perspective, from 2007 to 2012, I probably made like 400 songs. And I lost all of them.
Oh, no.
Man, my first hard drive that we had in the studio, it crashed. Nobody could fix it. Like I'm still hurt behind that. As we had so much like raw video footage, it just hurts me. I watched this Kanye documentary. I'm like, we had all that stuff. And then I had another incident that happened about 2011, where I had another 2 hard drives in my laptop and my backpack, which was in my car, got broken into Christmas Eve.
They got me too. They got me too, Chris.
Man, you know, it happens, man.
Damn.
You know, those are 2 times where I had to start over.
Damn.
Yeah. And I began, you know, each time I got better. And I got smarter. Like, okay, I have a hard drive now that does not leave the house. Like,
yeah.
And then I have my one that I take with me. So I just started working. And this was 2017. Because I also, in the process of this, I quit several times. I quit because, number one, you know, it's not has to be a labor of love. It's not going to be like typically it's not going to be that story where you make a hit song and you get on the radio and sign this $1 million record. It don't go like that. It's not it. So, you know, it was moving too slow for me. I was doing stuff in the streets. I'm like, I'm making more money doing this. So why would I give attention to this? I had another time where I walked away from it where I helped a bunch of artists. You know, certain people like YG, RJ, Slim 400, rest in peace. Like they started working with me. They started working at our studio at the house, like type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't feel like they were reaching back like they should have been. Or doing, rather, I say doing what I would have done.
Of course.
In their shoes. You know what I mean? So I was kind of jaded by that. I kind of got into the writing side for a while. I have a producer buddy that I work with. It's my friend, actually, but M16. He's from Alabama. He lives in Atlanta, but he did like Duffel Bag Boys, 2 Chainz, and Lil Wayne. That I Do with Jeezy, Andre 3000, and who else is on that, man? Jay-Z's on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Jay-Z.
Yeah. So he did those beats, like, so, you know, he's like tapped in. So working with him, like, he introduced me to some people, and helped me get into writing and all that stuff. So I was doing that for a while. I moved to DC for a couple of years. Ended up working with the kid Shy Glizzy.
Okay.
But once I came back, I had a young homie, my boy Wavy B. I've been knowing him from the barbershop since he was a young kid. He was like 14. He used to send me beats. I used to be like, bro, it's not ready yet. It's not on the level. But he had sent me some beats. This is in 2016, I believe. Sent me some beats, and I didn't even open up the email for a long time. I happened to be in Spokane, Washington. I was hustling, man. I was in a hotel room. I was bored. I went through my email. I found these beats. And I'm like, man, this shit is actually dope. So I started writing to him. I was also in a weird headspace. My uncle, my closest uncle, had passed away a couple of years before that. So, and the beats were like dark, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of just vented everything I was feeling on the beats and talked about some family stuff. And I called it 7108. That's the hospital where my uncle passed away. So, you know, I finished this project. I got it mixed and I'm sitting on it. I had all these plans and all this stuff I wanted to do. I also stopped hustling at the time, so I didn't have the same budget to work with. So from there, you know, I ended up going to the studio one day. I did a verse for one of my boys. And there was an engineer in there. And, you know, I'm telling him, I'm playing the music for him. I'm giving him all these plans I got. And the engineer, that was my first time ever meeting him. He changed my life. Can't remember his name, but thank you, whoever you are. But he said something to me. He was like, is this the last project you're ever going to put out? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, why are you so emotionally attached to it? And I'm like, I didn't have an answer. So
That's true.
From there, I dropped the project within a month.
Oh, wow.
No videos, no nothing. Got great feedback. And sorry, my allergies been acting up.
It's the same, bro. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, it's pollen been killing me. But he said that to me. I released the project a month later, got good feedback, but I didn't have any videos. I didn't have nothing to support it. So what I did from there, I started to let me go back a little bit. So also, when I stopped hustling, I didn't have a real direction of what I was about to do next. So, I had my little couple of weeks of being down on myself and all that. Jumped out of that. I forced myself to write a verse every day and work out every day. Nice. I did it for 100 days straight. So, and the verses I'm writing to like popular beats. I'm just going on YouTube, finding stuff. Working out at the gym I'm at now. I'm doing this 100 days, roughly a little over 3 months. What that became was, like I said, I didn't have anything to support my album. So now I started recording these verses that I wrote on these beats. I started releasing them on SoundCloud. I didn't have no money to get no artwork done, so I started making the artwork myself. I called the series some more of it. Every time I would get to 10, I would put it together as a mixtape and release it on Audio Mac. I did that for 56 weeks.
Damn.
That kind of, gave me a buzz until I got some other stuff going. Now I got some bread, so I ended up putting out my next album the following year, 80s Money, Broken Dangerous. And then
right.
I had the merch, and now I got video content. So, that's been my journey through music, man. Like, it's like at this point, it's a labor of love. I love it. It's therapy. I'm following the footsteps of people like Nipsey in the way of monetizing it. That's why I haven't released anything in a while. I'm switching up how I'm going to release my music, going direct to consumer. Because as artists, but before I'm an artist, I'm a businessman. So, stuff doesn't make sense. Dealing with Spotify, Apple Music, we get beat. You know what I mean? You get less than a penny per stream. That doesn't make sense
at all.
So, why can't I sell my art to my tribe of people that want to hear it? Even if it's 100 people, if I put it together with merch, I can get a nice number for these packages.
That's true.
To 100 people at my pace, then it makes sense. It's not a lot of rappers making $60,000 a year off their music or merchandise. You know what I'm saying? So I've just been putting that together more than anything, and I got a solid plan in place. I got a pretty good team. I got some stuff coming up in the next few months. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at with the music. That's how I got to where I'm at with the music.
That's dope. That's dope. More people need to hear that,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, more people need to hear that. Okay, we're gonna transition just a little bit.
Yep.
We talk about music. We talk about hoopers. I need you to tell me the best hooper in the NBA or has ever played in the NBA to release an album, rap wise, had the best rap career hooper in your opinion.
Man. I gotta say, I probably gotta go with Shaq, man.
Okay.
Because Shaq has some big records, man. Like
he has some huge records.
Like even that the loose ends, you can't stop the rain, like that kind of sparked up again with the BMF show.
Yeah.
Everybody started again. Shaq was the first one to use that sample, him and Biggie. Yeah. And that's one of Biggie's nicest verses ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Shaq has some records, man, and stuff he did with Quick and like the Fushnikins. I got to give it to Shaq, but I think my favorite song by a hooper is, remember when Cedric Ceballos had that song "Flow On" to the Float On sample?
Yeah,
that's a love that record, bro. Like that was, man, like growing up down the street from the Forum.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was on that. It was on that little mixtape. I forgot what it's called. It's like Secret Hooper. It was some little mixtape with all the NBA players. Yeah, I remember that.
Man.
but I mean,
damn, that's crazy.
But I mean, like Damian Lillard is probably the best rapper that I've heard as a hooper. Even I like Miles Bridges, what he's doing, man. Like that Detroit sound, because he's a Michigan kid. Like Miles Bridges is hard to me. I don't think he wants to play basketball no more. I think he wants to just rap.
I seen he been going hard at it. Like lately.
He been going hard, man.
He been going hard lately.
It's crazy, but I do like I do like those two. But like I said, I think Shaq has been the most successful at blending the two. Considering like he's a mega star on the court. Right. Like sometimes you got dudes that really aren't that good, not Hall of Famers for anything. And then they can rap pretty good, but like to have both and be successful at both is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah. Just don't be like Boobie Gibson. That's all. Just give up everything.
Hey, you know it's crazy though? Man, I worked with Boobie before, man. Like Boobie
is he nice?
Nah, he's nice. He's like, kid Kurt Cobain from Houston.
Yeah.
They make like the same type of music because he's from Texas. So like I was surprised, man. I got a buddy that did security for Boobie. And went to the studio with him one night. And like it was a crazy session because there was this other dude. He used to be really good at the Drew League. Played overseas. Gerard Anderson.
What's his Drew League name?
Man, I just know they used to call him Anderson. His name Gerard Anderson. He played on Problems with I can't remember Mike's last name, but like him and Mike were like two best players on Prime.
Oh, I got you.
Like in 2011.
Exactly.
Okay.
You probably seen him, Kyle. For
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, he was like jumping out the gym crazy, like But he was engineering the session.
Oh
damn!
And I'm like, bro, like, what you doing here? But it was a crazy night, and like Booby played some like great music for him. Mm-hmm. And it was a producer from Chicago, Nascent. He's dope. He was in there with the beats. Like it was a dope session, man. It was like a nice surprise.
Yeah. Okay. See, I learned something right there.
Yeah, no, Booby nice, man. I tell everybody, like, because I've heard people say the same thing, but Booby's nice. I don't know why he had a lot of stuff going on. The Keisha Cole, who knows why certain things happen. He makes good music though. I don't think the love in hip hop gave him the look that he was going for. Because like it's probably 10% of people that go on that show that actually put out music.
Yes, true.
And another half of that put out music that are successful.
That's true.
True.
So I don't think that was the best move, but he does have some good music, man. I don't know about now, but I know a couple years ago he did.
All right.
For sure.
So in your opinion, why do you believe that basketball and hip hop are like so synonymous with each other? Like hoopers want to be rappers and rappers want to be hoopers.
I think each, I think it starts with the girls. Like I think each wants the female attention that the other gets.
Got you.
Like I have a friend, man. He passed away a couple years ago. This dude was like 6'7", trash in hoop. He was trash in sports, period. But I tell you a funny story. Like he didn't want to play basketball because when he went to Inglewood High, they tried to make him play the 4. He didn't want to play football because he was a lineman, an offensive lineman. So he said, "I'm like, bro, why didn't you just play?" He said he didn't play football because he's like, man, I'm not about to block for this dude. And he score all the touchdowns and get all the girls.
Oh, shit.
And then he's like, I'm not about to get rebounds and pass it out to this dude. So that was his logic to why he didn't like continue whole sports.
Wow.
So ultimately, that's why men do most of the things we do for female attention. So I think that plays a big part in it. And then just growing up in the inner cities, most of us do both.
Right.
Growing up, you know what I mean? Like we're around both, and you try your hand at both. Some are good at both, some are good at one, some are not good at either.
Right.
So you got to find your niche. So I think it's just like that. Like that's just what we do. Like I think, and a lot of us, it's just in our DNA. To at least try these things.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. What's the meaning behind Broken Dangerous?
Man, I mean, it's a few ways you can look at it. The obvious connotation of it would be, like you don't have no money, you about to figure it out by any means, but it's the same thing on a positive note. Like I said, I did all of this work musically with no budget for a while. I became dangerous because now I don't need to pay a graphic designer. I don't need to, go to the super big studio. I don't need a record label at this point. You know what I mean? I can do it all myself. To get to the level that I want to be. I don't need all of these things. And anytime you're not at a necessity for certain things, you're dangerous to the structure of the system.
True.
Because I'm trying to teach everybody. I got some youngins around me, and every chance I get, I'm like, bro, you don't have to do that. You can do this yourself. And then they come back to me like, man, that ain't even cost me nothing. It's like, bro, you're about to give away a percentage of, income for your children.
Yeah.
But something you can do for yourself. It takes a little bit more work. It takes a little bit more time. But you've built a foundation for yourself. And like I said, your kids can eat. What if they use a song you made for a commercial and you don't have this record label attached to it or owning it or whatever? Like your kids can eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that's what it means. And then on the back of my shirt, I have a saying like, I'm sorry for what I did when I was broke.
Yeah.
I think everybody can relate to that.
For sure.
I like when I wear my stuff, or people tell me when they had it on, they get stopped by white people more than anything. I've been at the LACMA Museum, bro, and people that work there, like these old white people, like, man, I can relate to that shirt. And it's like crazy. Recently, my brother and his best friend, they were in Vegas for my brother's birthday last month, and they sent me a video of a lady buying the hoodie off my brother's friend's back for $100.
Wow.
Like right in the casino. I was like, that's crazy.
Damn.
That is crazy.
But like, yeah, that saying that merch like has taken on a life of its own, way bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it would be just attached to that album. Because I have so many other ideas I haven't even been able to move on from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I love it, man. I'm proud of it. I love the response. I'm appreciative of the interest and the response to it, man. So,
I mean, it's something that we all can relate to, because like when you broke, like you said, man, you got to do it. You got to figure it out. You got to do whatever you got to do, man.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, we got to figure it out for sure.
So we just recently saw through your Instagram that you are a marathon runner now. You just completed a 10K. Like, can you tell us like the process of how you got into that, and like, your trainings and all that, just to even run a marathon, because that's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm doing a marathon Sunday. LA Marathon is Sunday on the 20th.
Ooh, good luck, bro.
I'm right back at it, man. I just made my last appointment for physical therapy. I'm right back at it. But man, honestly, I have I won't even say a love-hate relationship with. Well, I will say that because I don't like running,
right,
at all. I do not. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, nah. I've never been a runner. I've been fast my whole life. High school, I'll say, man, I'm not staying after school to run. They used to ask me to run track.
Right.
Not staying after school to run. Are you crazy? And it's just been it's been a journey for me in running, because even up here at our gym, there's a run from the gym to the Manhattan Beach Pier and back. It's about 3.3 miles.
Okay.
Remember the first time I did it, I ran with my boy, and I'm like, man, just go ahead, man. I'll be back when I get back. But I conquered that run. I used to set a goal for myself a couple years ago, like I'm gonna do 50 miles a month.
Okay.
In which I did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. I would never do them in consecutive months. I would do it here and there. I did it twice, but once the pandemic hit, our gym had to close. I was like, man, I can't. I got bored with working out at the crib. Like, I got to do something. I can't just sit here.
Yeah. I
remember it was April 13th, because me and my girl, we did a 10-day green smoothie cleanse. So from April 1st to the 10th, just nothing but green smoothies. I was gonna start running on the 11th, but I was like, man, I energy right for doing this. I didn't get my mind right. That's what it was. So April 13th, I ran 3 miles. Forced myself to do it every day. So by the end of April, I had 52 miles.
Nice, man.
So May, I did 100. June, I did 150. I just kept going. So at the end of 2020, I ended up with 713 miles.
Damn, bro.
Wow.
So I wanted to do the marathon. The marathon is normally in March.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do it last year in March because I started off, like I said, I ended up with 713. I started off January of 2021. I did 237 miles that month. That was huh?
In that 1 month?
Yeah, 1 month. And that was a test for myself because number one, I hate the cold and I don't like running. So I ran every morning at 5 a.m. in the cold. I did not miss a day. And I ran rain or whatever. I got out there.
Damn.
So at that point, I was like, I'm ready to do this marathon. When it didn't happen in March, they didn't have a rescheduled date yet. So by the time I got to June, I was like, man, I'm about to do 250 miles, at least 250. So the first day of June, I did 3 miles that morning, June 1st. I got home. I was like, man, well, I ran at the gym. So then when I got home, I was like, I'm about to run some more. So my knee kind of felt weird. I ran anyway. I did 12 miles. My knee hurt me.
Damn.
That was my only run for June. Like I never went to the doctor or anything. I just rested. Got back into it July, and marathon came up for November. That was my first official race. I wish I had done it different. I wish I had done a 5K, 10K, because at the end of the marathon, I ended up with 27 miles because I was weaving through the group. In which that's not the smart way to race. So I learned from it, but I got it done. Signed up for the next one immediately. I got a goal of doing 3 of them this year. So I've done 2 halves this year so far. The 10K, 2 5Ks. Do this marathon Sunday. I'm either this fall, I'm either going to Chicago or New York to knock the marathon out. And whatever else pops up, man, I'm just going with the flow.
So now you're a real runner now.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
This guy is serious. He's serious.
I'm buying these expensive ass Nikes to run in. I'm like, damn, I'm really one of them now.
Yeah, bro, you're a real runner now if you're doing marathons, bro.
Nah, for sure, man. It's an experience, unlike any other one, because you figure. I don't know how accurate these numbers are, but I've seen some stuff on the internet that says only 1.6% of people in the world actually do one in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And then when you get out there, you see these groups. They have a group at the LA Marathon called the Legacy Runners. They've done all 37 marathons. Well, 36. This will be the 37. This group has done all 36 LA marathons.
That's wow.
One of them I saw out there, he was 77 years old in a wheelchair. There's an incline coming out of downtown going to Echo Park. He's pushing up the incline. Somebody tried to help him. He got mad. And I saw him finish. You know what I mean? And along with that's one of the success stories. There's so many people who don't make it. Man, I compare it to those movies where it's a war movie and you're trying to make it back to base, and people next to you are just
dying.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. You see these people, they look like they're in great shape. Got all the run gear on, they got the water bottles on their belt.
Yeah.
And then he flew past me, then like 3-4 miles later, like he laid out like crying, like because he can't finish.
Damn.
And it bothers you, man, mentally. And then the route now, like I've heard the route used to end in Santa Monica. It ends in Century City now, but you pass through Century City, so it's kind of a mental game because you got people finishing and you still got 6 miles to go.
Oh,
and it's like, damn, like
yeah,
that's crazy.
So it's a dope experience, man. You see, all ages, all different physical builds, like people you wouldn't think were in shape or out there. You see, I saw 3 people doing it with no shoes or socks on. Like, you got people doing it in costume. Like, it's insane, bro. You think 20,000 people running from Dodger Stadium to Century City.
That's wild.
Insane, man. Yeah, they got like live music on. They got like stages and bands playing on parts of the route. Like, it's crazy. People handing out beer and shots once you get down into Westwood and Brentwood, man. It's crazy. Like, it was a dope experience, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this next question will be, I already know the answer to, but it probably helps you with your running. What's your involvement with Beastie Boxing? I'm assuming this has helped you, huh? Training.
Yeah, so I mean, man, I don't know if you remember, man. I used to box at Rogers Park when we were kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, teenagers.
Teenagers, all right, yeah. Wild so Rogers Park.
Yeah. So I've always been like into boxing. I got away from it because we didn't have like real coaches to kind of really keep you close and get you training for real. But
right,
always loved boxing. My buddy that founded the gym, he moved to LA early 2000s. We met at the barbershop. He was a pro fighter and an actor. Like, he's the craziest person I know when it comes to working out. I give him all of the credit for all of the crazy things I do working out. Because we've done some wild stuff. I've seen him do wild stuff. But we would work out in his garage. We would work out at Darby Park. We would work out at his church. We would work out in the Forum parking lot. All this stuff over the years. So when I was in DC, he opened up the gym with a partner. So, that was at about 3 years ago. His partner left. Like I said, my boy's an actor. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Southpaw. With,
I haven't seen it.
50
I know the
Cent
movie.
and Jake Gyllenhaal.
I haven't seen it though. But
the first scene of the movie, he's the guy fighting Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay,
I gotta go back and check it out. Okay.
Yeah. And then he did all of the boxing choreography for the movie and everything.
Nice.
So once his other business partner left, he had another partner that he did his acting skits with.
Okay.
She invested into the gym. Then the pandemic hit. She left. She didn't think the gym was going to survive. So, he was thinking about closing it. I'm like, nah, bro. Because along with the gym, he has a foundation I'm a part of as well called the Be Move Foundation. We have a lot of youngsters, Compton and Inglewood, that like they come work out for free. And some of them don't have that father figure or big brother or whatever. We've done like retreats or we slept at the gym. It's crazy. Like a couple of the boys, well, one of them, for instance, he's a 4.0 student, track star. He goes to Lawndale High, football star. He'll be a senior next year. But he calls me. Well, now he's driving. As of last week, he was driving his dad's truck. I'm like, damn, man, I'm getting old. But he calls me like, man, can you pick me up on the way to the gym? Like, I'm talking about 4 a.m.
Oh, damn.
It's a 15-year-old kid.
Nice.
Like, I ain't got nothing but respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do with the Beastie Academy, the Be Move Foundation. So, you know, I'm like, man, we can't let this go.
Yeah.
So, you know, I jumped in and we've been going since then. So just to like kind of bring you guys in. So at the end of 2020, once the NBA teams came back from the bubble, I have a friend, she works for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
She came back to train with me. So from, you know, who will follow with that was we had KCP's wife, Mackenzie, she trains with us. Markeith Morris, his wife, Ariza's wife, man, I can't even think of all of them, but Danny Green's wife would come through. The 2 massage therapists for the Lakers. Like they don't even know, like they kept us afloat. Wow, man. But just, you know, getting to know them, like even Markeith Morris would come spar. Like I sparred with him, bro. He's 6'8", bro. Like I had to get inside, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like it is, you know, and on top of, you know, we got a great local clientele, people that live in the neighborhood. But man, like I do a lot of kids classes now. So it's fun, man. Like I don't ever feel like I'm working.
That's important,
man. That's like, you know, I have long days. Don't get me wrong. Like I get here at 5. Monday and Wednesday, I'm not out of here till about 8 p.m.
Damn.
But I mean, I have my little gaps during the day, but you know, like I have some long days. But like I said, it's fun, man. I go for my runs. I get to have my son in here with me. We do a lot of community work. Like we have a thing we do called NIMBY. It's not in my backyard. Okay. We do trash cleanup. We done Compton, Inglewood. We just did one in Manhattan Beach yesterday. So it's, you know, it's a lot of stuff with this gym. It's a very special place. Like I said, my partner Cedric, his name's Cedric Jones. His energy is the fuel that keeps the gym going. We have members that literally, like, you would think they want to come get in shape. Like, nah, they just want to take his class.
Wow.
So it's more than just a gym for me and for us. And, you know, he has a son the same age as my son. They're growing up together. They're learning how to box together. They get in trouble together. Like, we at the beach cleaning up, they go get in the water fully clothed. Like, why would you do that? But, you know, that's what you do with your boys. Like I was just talking about. Like, that's childhood.
That's the stuff we used to do. Yep.
I was so upset. I'm like,
of course.
You know, change the clothes. I said, look, I said, why did you do it? He was like, man, it was fun. And he didn't even get in trouble because he gave me that honest answer. He didn't get in no trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, real quick, I want to say that I think it's crazy that coming full circle, how Mike Solomon helped all of us, giving us an opportunity at the Inglewood Y. And now you're doing this with kids, giving them an opportunity and an outlet. I think it's the most amazing thing, man. So I just support you and just want to say
thank you, man. Like, it's like I get it. Like, I really get it now.
Yeah,
I get the sacrifices they made for us. Like, we thought they just were like working or whatever. Like, it's more than that. Like, it ain't about the money. Like, they really genuinely loved all of us. And you know, I try to provide that. Like, ultimately our goal is to get a community center similar to YMCA, but where we have boxing available, basketball, swimming, tutoring, and dance, whatever, you know, whatever you're into, coding, all of this stuff, because we have resources. Even, have you guys teaching media, you know what I mean?
Let us know, bro. We'll come down for sure. I'm into all that.
Yeah, but we're like really trying to build this facility for our kids. And like I said, man, we in Manhattan Beach, like a lot of our clients have resources.
Yes.
So, it's just a matter of getting it done at this point.
What's the youngest you guys take? I'm asking selfishly for myself.
Man, bring them, man. You say 85. I got
85.
I usually start at 6. I started with my son at 3.
Okay.
So I know which ages like work.
Yeah,
5 is cool. 5 is
cool,
but I have one 4-year-old kid, man. Like he's learning so fast. Like he's a very bright kid. He's smart. He gets concepts quickly. I love working with him. At first, like I didn't want to take him. Even the first day he came in, like he cried. He would not do anything. I'm like, see, this is what I'm like.
Right.
Kind of eased him into it, and now he's learning, man. That's my little guy, Kevin, man. So
okay.
I like I said, I start at 6, but if I know the parents, I know what type of 5-year-old it is or 4-year-old, I'll take them because, like, why not? You know what I mean? But
yeah, he about to be random. He about to be 6 in May, so.
Oh yeah, but like a random 4 or 5-year-old.
Nah,
no.
I feel you. Because they're a handful. They're a handful at that age.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Yeah. Trying to get them to learn and keep everybody focused. It's crazy.
So what's next for you? Like what you got on the agenda?
Man, running. More running. Man, I still spar boxing. Like this kid, man, he was 26, 13-1 as a pro. Anthony Loriano from Connecticut, man. We got some rounds in recently. Man, just learning, man, and trying to make some more mistakes so I can learn some more and give these youngsters the game, man. And, just make some ways, make it easier for them, a little bit easier. Whatever I can do to make it a little bit easier for them.
That's what's up.
That's all I'm on. And I notice I connect better with people by leading by example. Like I have some boys that I train baseball players at Sierra. I remember when I first started working with them, they used to look at me like, man, you got us doing all this stuff, man. You don't do this. And that's our philosophy at this gym. It's like, we're not those trainers just like run 5 miles, do 1,000 burpees.
And they be overweight. Dorian and I talk about it all the time, that especially basketball coaches with the big old shorts.
Like, suicide, like, bro, you can't run no suicides. But that's my everything that I didn't like about my coaches.
Right.
I'm the opposite because, like, I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I haven't done, I won't do with you, or that I'm not doing every day. So that's how I got the respect of my baseball boys, man. Like, I worked out with them, I busted ass. Then I told them I was 39. Then they like, oh, hell no. But I got their respect like that,
Yeah.
So, like I said, just pushing the envelope, man. Like I really like. I have a buddy, man, that's in a wheelchair, which kind of keeps me inspired with running. Like he told me before, like, cause I would go do mitts with him, in the chair, and he was like, man, I wish I could run. And it's like, I don't take anything for granted. Like everything is something to me. being able to eat and take a hot shower, man. It's rough out here.
It is.
I don't take that for granted. So I'm gonna continue to, use my body until I can't.
Yeah,
that's smart, man.
So man,
that's smart.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, my when I was releasing the freestyles called some more of it. That's my motto, man. Some more of it. Some more of everything.
Yeah, and I like that you take on challenges. Like, if you go on your social media, you could definitely see that. Like once you start something, you stay dedicated to it. Yeah. You don't mind making the mistakes, like you said, like, because that's the only way you learn. And I just want to applaud you just as another brother to another brother. Like what you're doing is exactly what all of us should be doing for each other, because that's going to build us all up and, build that community that we all need to help, the next generation. Because if we don't help them, then they just going to be lost, man.
Yeah. Man, I see it every day. Like, I talk to them. It's like, bro, like, that's your way of thinking. Like, all right.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because we don't often see ourselves as like a role model or somebody that can be a role model or a leader, but you can use your experiences that you've had in your life to help somebody else, and you don't know how impactful that's going to be to them. So like, just by you sharing like your life experiences and like what you've gone through and giving that back to the kids is ultra important.
And they're looking for it, man. Like I have a little homie, man. He's 20 years old. He's 20.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to turn pro boxing. His Instagram is JoJo Too Fast. Like,
okay,
he got a knockout on there. Like, it's like that fast. But like him, my other boy Jamal, he about to go pro too. But like, they'll hit me, they'll text me like, man, you free today? Like, just to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, another young homie that work out up here, he raps and stuff. So it's just like, I've done so much in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. I've tried so many things that, if nothing else, I can tell you what doesn't work.
Right.
And that could save you some time and money. Alone, you know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love that my son gets to see me do that. I love how my son gets to see me treat people. So, a lot of questions that he may have will be answered in just how to treat people, how to act in the world, So it's, life is good, man. It's fun.
Yeah,
it is. It's amazing.
I value, like I said, I value every day. I value every situation. I don't believe in, I believe in balance. I don't believe in good or bad in life. I think every situation that we encounter is equal parts of both. One example I use is take somebody like 50 Cent, right? When he got shot 9 times or whatever, you think, like, say somebody came to him in his hospital bed and was like, man, it's the best thing that ever happened to you. Like, his voice changed. He does music for a living. He got shot in the mouth. But in actuality, it was the best thing that ever happened to him. So, it's just like, we have to have the correct perspective on things to see the good in these situations, or to see the potential bad in things that are given to us or whatever. So it's, life is balanced, man, all the way across the board.
I agree.
Facts, man. Facts.
That was well said. So before we get out of here, make sure you give out your social media so everybody, all our followers, can follow you and hit you up.
Oh yeah, man. I'm on Instagram, still tipping 2, STILLTIPPIN, the number 2. Follow the gym at Beastie Boxing, at BEASTIE BOXING. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll have the links. We'll have the links in our description.
Yeah, and if y'all want to get the best workout, man, stop by Beastie, man. We get you right, get your hands right. It's a lot of trainers out here robbing these celebrities on this boxing. They keep posting these videos. It's mid-work, man. Ain't looking right, man. If your trainer has never had a fight, you might need a new trainer.
Right.
You need to switch up your trainer.
Yeah, like, man, I can tell. I can tell. We see it.
Yeah.
All right. So here,
I wish everybody success, man. Even whatever, man. Get it how you live.
Yep.
All right. So this is the fun part of the show for you. Rapid fire. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. You just pick one or the other. And then Dorian's gonna end it with 2 questions for you. So you ready to go?
Let's get it.
All right. You need to pick up a person for pickup. Who you gonna pick up? Master P or the game in a basketball game?
Master P. Damn. Terrible.
All right.
Master P.
All right. Eddie Jones or Nick Van Exel?
Nick the Quick. What?
87
I like
Lakers.
Eddie Jones too, but Nick for sure.
Okay. 87 Lakers or 02 Lakers?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
I gotta go with Kobe, bro. 02.
Okay. All right. Jordan 1s or Jordan 11s?
Once. Easy.
Doolins or Servant Spoon?
Servant Spoon. Easily.
J. Cole or Quavo?
I gotta go with Cole.
Mac 10, Ice Cube?
Mac 10, Inglewood.
Yeah.
Harold Miner or Paul Pierce?
Paul.
Magic Johnson or LeBron?
Ooh, I gotta go with LeBron. I'll take LeBron.
You're gonna like this one. Inglewood Sports or Sports Section?
Inglewood Sports all day.
All day.
All
Sean,
day.
what up? Sean, where's Sean at?
Sean, what's up? Sean on Instagram, man.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Bro, please get that to us so we can.
I'll text you and we'll get that. So,
I'll get you Sean Instagram. Yeah, he on there.
That was my guy.
Mike on there too.
Yeah.
Big West be texting me every day with all kind of YouTube gossip and stuff. Man, nothing like Inglewood Sports, man. Sports section, every hat in the world.
Every
Jersey for sure.
Jersey, for sure.
Yeah. People don't know about that. That was fun back in the day.
And the sports section on Market. Remember they had 2 stores.
Yeah, that's right. The one on the corner.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I remember they had got robbed because they didn't put a gate on that little section, the roll down door and the window.
They got through there.
Little section. They was like,
that was just enough.
Yeah. All right, so give us your top 5 hoopers all time. It's just your top 5. It don't have to be correct. It's just your top 5.
Man, I'm really like Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon,
my guy,
and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Hey,
unstoppable scorer, man. Chris Jackson, man.
Yes. Hey, that was very unconventional top 5, but I love it because I was a big fan. I am still a big fan of Hakeem Olajuwon, as Kyle will tell you.
He don't get enough credit, man.
No, man. That dude was a monster. The
footwork was crazy.
Yeah. But you see, Kobe and them knew who to go to, man. They went to go see the dream, man.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so top 5 albums all time for you.
Rap or anything?
Whatever. You can do rap. Whatever.
Let's do rap. That'll be easier. Okay. My favorite album is Spice One, 187 he wrote.
Nice.
I shouldn't have had that album at 11 years old.
No, you should not have.
No, I had, man, my cousin gave me the tape, man. But that, that's a tough one. I like Nas, It Was Written.
I do too. That's a good one. I noticed.
Juvenile, 400 Degrees.
Okay.
Classic.
Mac 10 for Life.
I knew that was gonna be in there.
Yeah. That's what got us on. And man, let me see, man. That last one's tough. Man, I gotta say, man, it's so many. It's so many to say, but I'll go with Outkast, Southern Playlisted.
There it is.
That's your group, don't
I know.
It worked out.
I know I'm gonna be mad. I know I'm gonna be mad later that I didn't say stuff.
Oh yeah, you gonna have a lot of them. Like, man, I should have said this and that, but it's all fun.
But that makes you who you are, bro. Like,
yeah. And that's just on the fly, man.
For sure. He didn't have no research time. And
nah.
It's on the spot.
We try to keep you on your toes. That's why.
I'll stand on those.
All right. Well, we want to appreciate you, man, for taking time out of your day to join us on this Shoot for Teams podcast. We really appreciate it. We'll make sure that we put all your information in the links below. Make sure everybody subscribe and comment on our YouTube. You can follow us on hardwoodbrand.com. All our information is there. We have more merch coming out soon. I'm signing off, Old Man Ross. Sweatsuits and fly kicks. Spread love and not hate.
It's your man D Hill, the gift card bandit. Get in the gym, shoot some jumpers, at least about 8.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Out of here.